Cold feet. The morning of my wedding, I was awoken by a nightmare. Nightmares were not an unusual occurrence. My top three, by frequency, not preference, were drowning, car out of control, and screaming but no sound coming out. Perhaps then I shouldn't have been surprised, but it was a disconcerting way to start what was, purportedly, the happiest day of my life. Creeping past slumbering bridesmaids, I locked myself in the hotel bathroom and stared down my reflection. A strange feeling came over me, that the person looking back bore no relation to myself at all. She was a porcelain doll, the kind I'd collected as a child. Prying their waists from wood and wire stands, I adjusted their velvety hems and lacy collars, brushed the dust from their long, thick hair, pretended they were from European cities I'd heard of. Paris or Antwerp? Their stiff arms knew two positions, resting demurely at their sides or grasping for something just out of reach. "You are 22 years old," I whispered to the mirror. "How are you going to promise to do anything for the rest of your life?" My father, a retired major who had specialized in troop deployment during the Gulf War, had composed the plan of attack for the wedding of his only daughter. My friends and I were to be ferried to various salons, given our meals ready to eat, before assuming battle stations in the church. My nails would be painted, my makeup expertly applied, my hair stuck through with pins. I wasn't even responsible for dressing myself. All I had to do was stay perfectly still.
Hello everyone, I am Emilypersha. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'd like to thank the Bushwick Book Club and Jack Straw for inviting me to be a part of this collaboration. This is my first time in this series, and I had a lot of fun writing my song and reading the excerpt by Katharinestrange, Cold Feet. My song is called Porcelain Doll, which comes from the metaphor the narrator uses as she's wrestling with these feelings she's experiencing on the morning of her wedding and trying to figure out if she's making the right decision and what she truly wants, and trying to navigate these nightmares she's experienced and seeking out her grandfather for advice. And so all of that kind of went into what my song is about, exploring this idea of wrestling with competing and maybe conflicting desires within, and ultimately there might not be a right or wrong answer, that we can hold multiple truths within our hearts. So I hope you enjoy Porcelain Doll. Thank you.
I see you there, porcelain doll. When did you start to feel so small? Made to look the perfect way. Are those ties that bind beginning to fray? There's been a voice that's whispering in your ear when you lie awake at night, wondering if there's something else out there. You keep on telling yourself it'll all be alright, it's just another nightmare. But I think you know, I think you know, I think you know, deep down you want to go. You often think in black and white, the path you choose either wrong or right. But you can know a love that's true and still feel a void inside of you. There's been a voice that's whispering in your ear when you're driving all alone, telling you that 22's too young. You keep on telling yourself it'll all be alright, you can't forget where you come from. But I think you know, I think you know, I think you know, deep down you want to go. telling yourself it'll all be alright. It's just another nightmare. But I think you know, I think you know, I think you know. Deep down, deep down, there's been a voice that's screaming in your ear when you're staring in the mirror, wondering who is looking back at you. You keep on telling yourself it'll all be alright. You know you'll follow that cue. But I think you know, I think you know, I think you know. Deep down,